Welcome back to the Spotlight. As promised, we've got Christophe here, the drummer from the Acoustic Brothers. We'll be checking you guys out in a little bit here.
Awesome.
With a nice performance. But welcome to the show. I want to thank you for being on here.
Man, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, no problem. I know you got a busy schedule, especially with sound check and stuff like that going on, but appreciate you being out here. Now, your resume is pretty impressive. First, let's talk about some of the music stuff that you've done. Obviously, you're a drummer. If you might remember him from the Michael Weber trio we had on our Christmas show a few years back, so that was great. A little bit of jazz music there. Are you doing anything as far as jazz goes now?
Yeah, still working with Michael Weber here and there. I'm working with my own group. They're actually called Three Rivers Group, and we're booking ourselves in Detroit and all around the city. So it's slow, you know. Things kind of have to take their time, but things are moving in the right direction, and we're getting booked. And so I've been working with that group for a little bit now, and then Acoustic Brothers, this has been the busiest summer for us. I think we had 14 gigs in June and 12 in July, and I don't know, like 15 in August or something. So it's been a great summer for playing with them, and we're having more fun than ever. So it's awesome, you know. I
know the city of Warren loves you because we've invited you back time after time.
Yeah, we
for the
appreciate
birthday bash and a couple of the concerts in the park and stuff like that. So congratulations on that. It's good to hear that, you know, the Acoustic Brothers have some success.
Man, Warren people are amazing to play for because they just have a great time, and they're just they get into it. You have all different types of personalities and you know, characters and non-characters and kids and everything. Everybody loves it, so it's awesome. We're having fun.
Awesome, and it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun out there. I know you guys. We'll hear from them in a little bit here, but a lot of like the top 40 kind of classic rock, pop song covers, right?
Yeah, anything that people can dance to and have a good time to. That's us.
Very cool. Now, outside of Acoustic Brothers and some of the jazz stuff, what are some other bands that we may have been able to see you in?
Man, August has been an amazing. July and August have been incredible for me. I just did a recording session with a band called Bray.
Okay.
Which was a lot of fun. We recorded in the Russell Industrial Center in Detroit. It's for Groovebox Studios, GBS in Detroit.
What kind of music is that?
He's an independent artist, or the band is an independent band. All original music. He just got an idea for some Motown-esque inspired songs, and we did a recording session in front of a live audience in their studio, which was something I'd never done before. You know, there's a lot of pressure when you're being videotaped and it's a recording session and there's an audience. And it was probably 105 degrees in the studio for some. Because you can't turn on ventilation, so it was an experience, but it was great. And there's some other independent bands that have just kind of popped up. I just got back from Illinois. We did I played the Cumberland County Fair in Illinois.
How was that?
It was great. We played on a racetrack. The fair's been going on for over 125 years or something like that. So, like, a lot of history, and it was good.
Nothing compared to the birthday bash, right?
Nothing compared to the birthday bash. Doesn't compare at all. So.
Right now, not only have you been a musician, you've worked in television, and you actually had a couple television appearances. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Ellen DeGeneres? Yeah,
the Ellen show was a lot of fun. I was a little bit of a backstory. I was living in Detroit and working with an independent band, and then I decided to make a move to Los Angeles. And basically, when I got to LA, I was just trying to hustle as much as I could. And I answered an ad on Craigslist, and it landed me on TV on the Ellen DeGeneres show. So it was. I
can only imagine what that ad looked like. I mean,
all it said was, I need a backing band for my artist. And it turned out that I played on the Ellen DeGeneres show twice with that.
Were you able to meet Ellen? I mean, how did that work out?
We actually had a schedule with the artist. He was a little Japanese prodigy guitarist. When I first met him, he was 9 years old and learned live records verbatim. He loved Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads. And
who doesn't?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great for this kid. He just picked it up so quickly. He's got perfect pitch. He's an incredible, you know, player, and just a fun kid. And yeah, we did Ellen DeGeneres in 2009, and then they called us back to do it again in 2010. So, like, you never know what can happen, especially in LA, and yeah. Exactly. It's good.
Like you were saying, just going out there, picking up any job you can get, and who knows what's going to happen in LA.
I'm telling you, if you stick with it, stuff eventually will happen. It'll fall amazingly in your lap. You know, sometimes it takes 5 years, sometimes it takes 10, sometimes it takes less. It's just amazing, you know.
Right. Well, I know, you know, Michigan, especially Southeast Michigan, they've been trying to bring a little bit of LA home here to us, and that brings us to, you know, some movie talk. And I know you've done, you know, not only small screen, but we can see you on the big screen, or I know you've worked some things in movies. What have you done as far as film goes?
When I was in LA, I ended up lucking out again. Actually, about 3 weeks after I did the Ellen show, I got called to work on a Universal film called Paul.
Okay.
And they moved me to New Mexico for the summer. Basically worked 3 months on a Universal film in New Mexico, and I didn't even know the job. Before I got hired for the job that I did, I didn't even know it existed. I was like, I literally thought I was going to drive to New Mexico and then show up and then say, this is a joke. Like
never mind.
Yeah, you're not hired for what? Like,
right.
So you take the risk, and I made connections through that job. And after I moved back to Michigan, I ended up getting a call and was hired on the movie that was shot in Pontiac called Oz the Great and Powerful.
Yeah, is a Wizard of Oz prequel.
I believe it's 30 years. I'd never read the script. Was never given the script, but I believe it's 30 years before the initial Wizard of Oz movie. So it's backstory. It's how the wizard becomes the wizard.
Okay. And that stars James Franco.
Mila Kunis, and Zach Braff, Michelle Williams, and Rachel Weisz, and Sam Raimi directed it. So
very cool.
Yeah, not slouches, that's for sure.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. And this is, you know, big production we're talking about right here in Michigan. So that's great.
Yeah.
And what was some of your roles, I guess?
Well, I played multiple characters. I don't know how much in detail I can go, but I'll just say it was a lot of fun, and I think the scene that we shot, there was about 50 of us, and it's going to be a pretty entertaining, hopefully memorable scene. So.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I guess this kind of brings me to, you know, how did you get into something like this? I mean, did you just fall into the entertainment business, or
no?
How did you get into entertainment?
I'm 4'6", so when you move to LA, and you know, I also have a really open attitude, and so when I moved to LA, I was thinking, oh, I just want to play music, and I just want to do respectable jobs. And then after about 3 months, I'm like, what's the craziest stuff I can do? I did a couple of jobs that were a little bit off kilter. Thankfully, nothing I've done has been obscene or demeaning, or I've been uncomfortable. Like, everything has always been unique and creative, and it's paid my bills too, which has been amazing. Right,
that's great.
So, but after that, it just opened my eyes, and I never wanted to have a conventional job. I figured I was given a skill or like a mentality that I can absorb, you know, some other jobs and do something creative, and just kind of, and it's been working out. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen in the future at all, and like I said, I'm thankful to have done what I've done. So, like, but LA definitely opened my eyes, and now I'm working only as a musician right now, and a couple acting or entertainment things that pop up that are crazy.
Nice.
But you know, I just want to make my work fun.
Well, that's awesome, and I think you've made the show fun. And speaking of fun, we're gonna see you in action with the Acoustic Brothers in just a little bit here for our musical performance right here on the Spotlight.
Thank you so much for inviting me on, man.
Yep, no problem. Thanks for being on.
It's very kind.
No problem. Stick around. There's more Spotlight coming right up.